Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome if you're new. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. So let's get right into this video. Double Dip sent me some of their dip powders and nail accessories to try out. So this is what I got. So as you can see, I got some dip powders and some of their nail accessories. So the first thing I got is some autumn nail stickers and they are really nice. Right here in the back is the instruction, so I'm just taking a read because I think these nail stickers are huge. I do not know how one of those is going to fit on my nail, so yeah, I think they are so huge. Moving on, I also got these golden wave line nail art stickers and I think they're really cool as well. I had an idea of how I was going to use them, but now I'm not too sure if I still want to do that nail art. Now moving on, I also got these autumn glitter maple leaf sequence 12 mixed colors and they are so pretty. As you can see, some of them were spilling out of the containers, so I had to go off camera and just place them back in their containers. Then I also got these 3D flower nail art changing colors. So yes, these flowers change colors and I cannot wait to use them. I also got some dip powders and these dip powders were in the September collection. I don't know if I got all of them, but I know I got a few. So the first one is called Adorned, then the next one is called Decor. Here is Agar or Agar. Then we have Astra. Next is Blushing Babe. And I think Blushing Babe and Agar or Agar is very similar. I think the both of them is the same thing, to be honest, because it's not really that different. So moving on, I'm going to swatch all of the dip powders and I was going to do them off camera, but I thought I'd show you guys how they look while doing them. Yeah. So the first one we have here is Blushing Babe, which is a chunky red glitter dip powder and it is really so pretty. So Astra is a chunky blue with some silver as well glitters and this is so pretty. Agar is this chunky red glitter. And this is me comparing Agar and Blushing Babe and they are basically the same dip powder if you ask me. Adorned is this chunky black, silver and purple glitter dip powder. This is a really pretty dip powder as well. I really like it. These dip powders, I'm not good with description of dip powders, so I had to go on their website to actually see what colors they were, because I do not think Agar and Blushing Babe are red glitters, but they said they are red, so I'm just going with what they said. They more look like burnt orange-ish, but I'm not good with colors, so yeah. And last but not least is Decor, which is this blackish gray dip powder with some maple leaf sequence. So these are all of the dip powders swatch and I only did one layer on each of the swatches and I just top coated them. I didn't apply any clear dip powder. I didn't encapsulate, yeah, so I just applied my top coat after I swatched them. Now let's get into the nail tutorial. I did apply my peel off base coat off camera and I'm trying to use everything Double Dip / Bellavena for this nail tutorial. So I am using my mini nail lamp and now I'm just applying some of the base coat to all of my nails and then I cured in my bigger nail lamp because I didn't want to stay too long in this mini nail lamp. It cannot really cure all of my nails at once. This is just needed for when I am applying my nail tips. I'm doing the A press dupe method and it's easier to do the A press dupe method with this mini nail lamp, so that's why I'm using it. Now I did pick out my nail sizes off camera, and now I'm just applying it. So I just placed some of the base coat into the nail, and then I applied pressure and placed it on my nail, and then I put my finger in the nail lamp for about 5 to 10 seconds, not too long, because I'm just doing that so that the nail could adhere to my nail. And then I cured in the bigger nail lamp for 30 seconds. I didn't want to stay too long under the lamp with this mini nail lamp because I would have to cure each nail for 30 seconds under this nail lamp. However, if I just cure each nail for 5 seconds with this nail lamp and then I go in my bigger nail lamp for 30 seconds, you know, it's a lot better for me. So as I said before, I cured in my bigger nail lamp for 30 seconds, and this is how it looks. Now I'm just going to be using the cuticle bit around the cuticle area to remove any of the base coat that may have seeped out when I was applying the nail tips. Next, I'm using the hand file at the free edge just to crispen up the shape of the nail. Then I'm removing the shine from the nail tips. So for this nail design, I will be using the powder base and also gel base coat. The reason why I'm doing both of them, I'll explain. So the powder base, I am using that first because I don't really like to use gel base coat as often when it comes to using it with the powder, because you know you have to keep putting your hand in the lamp. So I'm just going to be using the powder base from the start. Then I want to use the gel base coat because the gel base coat is easier to use when you're using glitter and you want to intentionally place the glitters on the nail at certain angles. When you're using the powder base, the nail would stick to the powder faster as compared to when you have to cure the nail. So that's why I'm using it, and I will elaborate more when we are doing the nail design. So I am using my double dip nude dip powder. Now starting at the pinky nail, I am using the double dip powder base, and I'm just applying a layer of base coat, but I don't go straight up the nail. I basically go about 3/4 of the nail, and then I pour the nude dip powder. When you're using this double dip powder base, make sure that you don't have too much of the liquid on the brush, because this base is very thin. It's not a thick base, so it can go all over the nail if you're not careful. So that's why usually when I am using this, I make sure to drain out the brush before applying it to my hand so that it doesn't flood the cuticle area. So yeah, that's what I'm doing here, and I did 3 layers on the pinky nail, and I made sure to keep this in real time so that you all can see how slow I am working. It's always better to work slow when it comes to this, especially when you're using a base that's very thin. So yeah, I'm just going to show you guys that again. And every time I'm around the cuticle area, I make sure to be very careful around the cuticle area so that it doesn't flood the cuticle area. So take note of that as well. As you can see there, I make sure to drain off the brush before applying it to my nail. It's always better to apply less than to apply too much, especially when it comes to the powder base. On the middle nail, I did apply only 2 layers, and the reason I did that is because I didn't want the middle nail to be too thick. Sometimes every time I mess up, it's usually on the middle nail because my middle nail is very weird. I have to make sure to apply the nail tip a certain angle so that it doesn't come out bent because my middle nail is bent. So it's a lot to deal with when it comes to the middle nail. Sometimes every time I do my nails, it's always the middle nail. Most times when I try to file it, the issues I have is with the middle nail. It's not filed as good as the rest of the nails and all these things. So I try to minimize the amount of things I do on the middle nail by not really focusing much on the middle nail and hoping that the simple things I do, it doesn't mess up anything when it comes to the middle nail. So yeah, I just did 2 layers on the middle nail, and on the index nail I will go back to do 1 more layer. I just did 2 right there just to see if it made a difference. So it didn't really make a difference. The nude was still opaque with 2 layers as compared to the 3 layers. So it doesn't really matter if you do 2 layers or 3 layers. I just wanted to experiment with that, and when I reached to the middle nail, I didn't want to do too much. Also, I know I'm very late when it comes to doing this dip powder review for Double Dip. This is the September collection, and I got this kit on the 30th of September, so I couldn't do any nail design, so that's why it's kind of late, but it's better late than never. It's still fall, and it's a fall nail design that I'm going to do, and I hope you all like it. Also, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe if you like my content, and let me know what other nail designs or anything you would like to see on this channel as well. So now that I'm finished, I'm just going to prepare myself for the next stage of this nail design. So I'm just packing up, and also I made sure to clean the base bottle so that it doesn't stick down, but I don't think that was going to work. That base bottle always sticks down, so I just hope when I'm ready to use it again, it could open, but I'm not holding my breath when it comes to that. So anyway, next I'm going to apply activator to the nails and wait for it to harden. So I didn't know which of the dip powders I was going to use. So right here, I'm just trying to figure that out. Okay, so the nails are hard now, so I'm just going to file the nails a bit. I'm just only filing around the cuticle area so that it could be neat, or as neat as possible. That's all I'm really doing. So this is how it looks, and I'll be using agar or agar, I don't know how to pronounce it, for this nail design. And I'll also be using my Bellavena Gel Base Coat. So this is the one that you cure in a nail lamp, and the reason why I am using this at this stage right here is because I want to be intentional in where I apply my glitters, because I'll be doing glitter ombre nails. So I apply the base to the whole nail, and then I dip the tip of the nail into the dip powder. Next, I'm using my brush to do a tap method type of ombre nail, and when I'm finished, I'm just going to neaten up the sides and all these things. If I were to do this with my dip powder base, that wouldn't be the same thing. Oh right, I also flash cured the nail for about 10 seconds. When I'm finished with all the nails, I gave the nails a full cure of 30 seconds. If I were to do this with my dip powder base, it would be a little difficult. Reason being is because the powder base dries very quickly. So if I were to do the tap method ombre, some of the pieces of glitter, especially the chunky pieces, wouldn't lay flat at all on the nail. And if it doesn't lay flat and you want to encapsulate with clear dip powder, that would be a problem, because when you encapsulate with clear dip powder, sometimes the clear dip powder would seep into the crevices of the glitter, the chunky glitters that were not laying flat. It would seep into those areas, and when clear dip powder seeps into those areas and it doesn't get saturated by the base, the dip powder base, then it stays white in the nail, so that when you encapsulate, you would see these white specks in the nail, and that is because it isn't the clear dip powder, wasn't saturated by the powder base and also by the activator, because it couldn't reach those areas because of the chunky glitters, you know. So that is another reason why I didn't want to use the powder base in order to do this, and I preferred to use the gel base coat. I hope I'm not confusing you guys with my explanation. So that is why when you're doing glitter nails, I really do not recommend doing it with the base, the powder base. It can work, I'm not saying it cannot work, but it would be a lot more time consuming, because you have to make sure that the glitters lay flat on the nail, and sometimes those chunky glitters just do what it wants to do, especially when you're using the powder base. So yeah, I am using gel base coat here to do this. So when I applied the gel base coat to the whole nail and then I dip my finger into the glitter dip powder, I can just pat the dip powder in place so that it lays flat, and then I sprinkle the dip powder with my brush to create the ombre, and then I lay that flat as well. And then when I'm satisfied, I just flash cure it for a few seconds so it keeps all the glitters in place, and then I move on to the other nail and I did the same thing. And this process was a lot easier for me as compared to if I was using the dip powder base, and I think this process is a lot easier for beginners as well, because using base coat when it dries really quick, that can be a problem sometimes. However, for any of my viewers that are allergic to gel products and cannot cure in a nail lamp, what I would suggest, if you're doing ombre nails and you apply your dip powder base, apply it to the tip only and then lay your finger into the glitter so that it could lay flat. So just the tip of the nail, then lay it into the dip powder and quickly press down the glitters as well so that it lays completely flat. Then apply another layer and then do the tap method type of ombre. That could help as well to alleviate the chunky glitters from not laying flat. However, if you do the sprinkle method, most times the chunky glitters will not lay flat, so you have to like move very fast. So do the sprinkle method and then try to pat it down. One time your hands will get really sticky, but you know, you gotta do what you gotta do. If you're allergic to gel products, that is what you have to do. So it's not that it's difficult or anything, it's just more time consuming and more messy. So that's what I try to get away from. So that's why I said that the gel base coat would be easier. But you know, if you're allergic, you can't do nothing about it, so you have to go the hard way, you know. So I cured the nails for 30 seconds. And this is how they are looking, and I think they look really nice. Now I am going to be encapsulating the nails with polygel. The reason why I'm encapsulating the nails with polygel is because polygels are the clearest at encapsulating nails. With the powder with clear dip powder, there's always something that can go wrong, and then the nails would look dull, especially glitters. I didn't want my glitters to look dull at all. I wanted it bright, shiny and glittery, just like glitters are supposed to be. So that's why I chose to use polygel, but y'all can use the powders if y'all want. I just wanted to use the polygel because I wanted the clearest glitter ombre nails. So I am using my double dip clear polygel, and I used this once before, but I think this polygel is too soft and I cannot really control it. I really didn't like this polygel from the jump, but I wanted to use it because I'm using everything double dip. However, I didn't use this to complete the rest of the nails. I only used it on the pinky nail because it was very difficult to use. So I cured that for 30 seconds. Now I'll be using my IBD hard gel to encapsulate the rest of the nails. But this is how my pinky nail is looking, and I think it looks really good. So I'll let you guys watch how I encapsulate the rest of the nails with my hard gel, and I'll be back shortly. So this is after curing all of my nails, and my thumbnail looks hideous. I don't know what was happening when I was encapsulating, but anyway, I'm using my rubbing alcohol to remove the tacky layer from the nails, and I filed the nails off camera. So this is after filing, and as you can see, look how beautiful those glitters are looking. I think if I did encapsulate with clear dip powder, it would not have looked that amazing in my opinion. Prove me wrong, but it really wouldn't. So yeah, I'm just going to be top coating all of the nails with gel top coat, and then I cure for 30 seconds. So I'll be using these rhinestones, and I did one off camera just to see how it was going to look, and I think it looked really nice. So I'm just going to show you guys what I did. So I applied my Macart rhinestone glue, then I placed some gel top coat over that and just smoothing that out. And now I'm just going to be using some of the gold rhinestones and some of the iridescent rhinestone on the ring nail. And then I cured for 30 seconds. Now I am just going to be applying cuticle oil to my hands to rehydrate my skin and nails. So this is the finished look. Let me know what you guys think of this nail tutorial. I think it came out really good, and I like that I could use my gel base coat and my dip powder base coat in the same nail design to create a beautiful nail design, and also using polygel as well, which is really cool. So let me know what you guys think of this fall nail design. I think it came out really good, as I said before. Any questions, leave it in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. See you in my next one. Bye guys.